if you want to solve this situation in the quickest way possible, you need to put it into the law somewhere, some way, that if a woman, it's found that she lied about this and these are false accusations, she's thrown in jail the rest of her life, not the men. Oh man, what do you know? Your boy Matt was right on something. Man, oh man, do I have a treat for y'all in tonight's video. I don't even know why I'm labeling this as a treat, because it's not a treat. It's more so of, I've said this over and over and over, and it's another example of me being right. Believe it or not, I'm not the type of person to toot my own horn, but I will toot my own horn on this situation. And the reason for that, and I think you can tell from the tone of my voice, I am passionate about this because it pisses me off. Nothing pisses me off more in this life than this situation we're going to go over in tonight's video. I am sick and tired of watching women time after time after time. This isn't the first time. This isn't the second time. I've seen this happen at bare minimum 75 times, where women are ruining men's lives over false accusations. I know, I'm screaming. I can't help it. This is just me being raw with all of you. Whoa. Hold on. Let me give you some context to the situation before I go on a complete rant and tangent. Count them, not one, but two. Ohio State football players got their life, not just football career, but their life ruined because a woman lied. Why did she lie? I don't know, because she's a sad individual who I firmly believes deserves to be in jail the rest of her life. We're going to talk all about it in tonight's video. I didn't plan on making this a video. It was supposed to be in the video we uploaded earlier today, but I went on a complete rant and tangent, and yeah, so if you like rants and tangents, well, this is the video for you. Hope you guys enjoy this video, but not just that, I hope you can take something away from it as well. We've got a lot to talk about and go over. If you're new to the channel, consider joining our amazing community. If not, that's cool too. Alright, Matt, blah, 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 shut the crap up. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. First things first, I got to bring this up, and I really thought about making an entirely different, separate video for this topic alone, but I didn't, for the main reason, I don't want to talk about it too long, because to be honest with all of you, it straight up pisses me off. And if you've been watching the channel for a very long time, you know how I feel about this stuff. I say it over and over and over. Stay away from women. I'll elaborate on that in just a second. So yesterday, the great news came out that former Ohio State football players Amir Reep and Jason Witt, who were kicked out of the team in 2020 after they were charged, by the way, falsely charged for you know what, they were found not guilty. You want to know the worst part about this? Number one, their life has been completely ruined because of this false accusation by a female. But number two, they more than likely would have been in the NFL. And even if you want to be a Debbie Downer and a hater and say, oh man, they wouldn't have made it to the NFL, well, here's my counter argument to it. They would at least had a shot. And just like the bottom of this says, quote unquote, the girl ruined the lives of two people and now they're like, sorry, good luck. And believe it or not, you still got people in the comment section saying stuff like this. As you know, being found not guilty doesn't necessarily mean they didn't do it. And somebody replied, and this is, I couldn't have said it any better myself, respectfully, shut the F up. A lot of people in the comment section are saying, oh, well, they should sue the lady, sue the court, sue somebody for defamation of character and win $1 million in a lawsuit. You know how that goes, but this is my favorite reply. Getting some of the money you would have made going pro versus actually achieving your lifelong dream of going pro are definitely different in my opinion. And it's wild how people found innocent are still being talked about like they might be guilty. The justice system is that flawed crazy. That's what I'm talking about. This has nothing to do with financial gain whatsoever. The reason I get pissed off about this subject and matter is because that girl and girls all over the country ruined men's lives by falsely accusing them, my bad. The woman straight up ruined their lives. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, and there's no amount of money that can change my opinion on that. I also did a lot of research on this, and to make a long story short, the reason all this happened is because, yes, the guys and the girl, they had, what's the nicest way to say this? Or what's a better way to say this? That's not a good way on YouTube nowadays. They did the deed. But apparently, when they got done or whatnot, the girl, she regretted it or whatnot. You know how that goes. And it was also being said that the dad is the one who pressured the daughter into pursuing these legal actions against these men. Me personally, I don't care any about that Joe Schmo. I don't care why she did it. All I know is she did it. All I know is two great young men, their lives got ruined. I even quote tweeted this. I've said this for years now. I will continue to say it. Women that lie about blank should be thrown in jail the rest of their life. And I believe that. Because I don't understand how the woman in this situation who ruined these two young men's lives She has no repercussions. That is the problem with all of this. Women will continue to lie on men's name because there is no repercussions. If you want to solve this situation in the quickest way possible, you need to put it into the law somewhere, some way, that if a woman, it's found that she lied about this and these are false accusations, she's thrown in jail the rest of her life, not the men. If you haven't been able to tell in the tone of my voice, I take situations like this very seriously. Here we go, going back to this. Now, why can't there be major consequences to the women that accuse these two? Make it make sense. We live in a country where you can just make up false accusations and nothing happens to you when you're caught in the lie. I agree there's nothing left to be said until we start implementing the rule. Hey, if we catch you lying about this to all the females out there, nothing's gonna change. You gotta think about it. You could have something that you think's consensual, which it is consensual, then it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years down the road, the woman, she gets mad one day, she wakes up on the wrong side of the bed, she's like, you know what? I want to ruin that guy's life, so I'm going to come up with these false accusations, and then boom, those two guys' lives, they're ruined. And as crazy as it sounds, as crazy as what I just said, I cannot emphasize this enough. It does sound crazy. We see it happen every single day. And it will continue to happen until we say, okay, women, if we catch you lying about this, they're not going to jail, you're going to jail. And where it stands today, number one, 9 out of 10 times the woman, she doesn't get punished, but if she does get punished, she's only in jail for about a year or two. That's the problem. Even with false accusations that can get overturned, it ruins the guy's life. And what makes it even worse is for the women this actually happens to. Now, because of women lying about this, nobody's going to believe the women when it actually happens. Women don't understand. You lying about something this serious, it hurts the women that it's actually happened to, and it's also highly disrespectful. That is also a major part about this that nobody talks about. This is why I tell all my young men out there, I get it in high school, I played around, messed around with girls and whatnot, we all do it. But if you're in your early 20s, stay away from females. Focus on yourself. Focus on your career path. Go to the gym, get big and strong, have a bunch of guy friends, but stay away from females. Trust me, you'll come back and thank me when you're 30. And let me make this clear. What I just said, that isn't me trying to disregard women. I love women. I think women are awesome. The problem is, and young men have a hard time doing this, you gotta have the right women around you. The same advice I'm telling all you young men out there right now is the same advice I would give to the girls. I just don't bring up the girl part is because 90% of the people that watch this channel are men. Same thing for my girls out there. If you're 18, 19, 20, in your early 20s, stay away from men because I also believe most men out there ain't worth their crap. It's vice versa. Most people out here have no dreams, no ambitions whatsoever, and they're only gonna weigh you down. So when I say, hey guys, stay away from women, focus on yourself, that same advice can be taken for my girl viewers. And I think most of my ladies out there understand that. For example, Miss Talitha, hope I'm saying that correctly. If I'm not, I sincerely apologize. She said, I saw this and thought of the warning you give all males. She gets it. She really does. Most women with a functional brain, with high standards, with morals and integrity, they resonate with what I say. Thank you once again to Miss Talitha for sending me that, and I greatly appreciate that because that also goes to show the viewers right now, it goes to show my young men out there, hey, if Matt has a woman backing what he's saying, maybe he knows what he's talking about. And the reason I never sit up here and go, hey ladies, you need to stay away from men is because number one, I think ladies are smarter than men and they already know that. But number two, you are very rarely, in its rare scenarios, gonna see where a man ruins a woman's life. I'm not saying that doesn't happen because it does. What I am saying is you don't see it every day. However, on the contrary, what we do see more times than not is a woman ruining a man's life. That's all I gotta say about this situation. To my young men out there, if you are gonna mess around with women, here's my greatest advice I can give you. If you are gonna do it, I don't advise you to. I advise you to focus on yourself. But if you are going to mess around with women, make sure it's high-class women. Make sure it's with women that have morals and integrity. Because if not, if you're a big-time 4/5-star recruit, you could see yourself in a similar situation.